Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? Well, I'm back again, and I'm working on a little something on the Gladiator. You know, everybody already knows that I'm a do-it-yourselfer, cause that's how you learn. But at the end of the day, that's just who I am. So I'm working on a little something that once I show you, maybe if somebody they want to do the same thing, or it'll maybe help spark an idea to maybe do something similar to help you out. So I'm gonna show you what I'm working on, and maybe you like the idea. So as you can see behind me, I got my fishing poles on my rack back there, right? Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk around to the other side, and I got my traction boards here. Now here's one thing that I did that I'm gonna show you up close that I did to my traction board. So as you can see on my traction board, what I did was I took this bar and I made that, and I welded that bar, bit the corners back, and I put a bolt right there on the end. And my traction bar sit like so. But there's a reason I put that bar up there like that, and I'll show you. Now here's the reason. That's so we can do this. Now, why do I need my traction boards to do that? That way I can lift it up, I can prop it up. Later on I got some gas struts that I'm gonna end up putting on there, but for now I'll prop it up and I can access my toolboxes, which are up here, because my toolboxes don't move. I keep them back here. That way I can still access them. Because if I don't put that there, this is what I have to do. Come around to this side. Now, this doesn't pivot, so if I want to access my toolbox back there, I have to maneuver myself to reach around and try to squeeze all through and stuff like that. So I said, I'm gonna have to build something to have my fishing rods where they swing up also, so that I can do the same thing as the other side. Now I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. So here's what I did. Got me some plate, bust out the old grinder. I don't really think I'm gonna have to use the welder for this, because it's gonna be a simple task. I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna drill a hole right there. And then once I drill a hole right there, I'm gonna end up putting a bolt here, just like on the other side. But once I put these plates on there, I'm gonna put the plate on the inside. And so what's gonna happen is these plates are gonna mount to the actual piece that's holding the rods right there, and right there. And then I'm gonna take these two bolts out, and once these three are mounted to the rod holder and that one is mounted to the rack, then essentially what'll happen is it'll sit like this and it'll end up swinging that way, just like that, swinging up. And it'll go on that side. Now, once I get it on there, it should look something similar to, well, not similar, but it should look like this. Yeah, it'll look like that. And like I said, the bolt that I mount will be going right through here. So that'll give the one bolt a pivot, and then the other three will go right along the area where my fingers are, all the way down to mount to the rod. This part right here. Now, in theory, in my head, it works. Of course, with everything else that you do when you're doing something yourself, you run into problems and you're gonna have to do some modifications to make it work right, but we'll see. So I'm gonna get to drilling, put a hole in this thing and mount it up to that and see what it does. All right, so as you can see, I got the two holes drilled where it's gonna pivot on the rack itself, and I got 3 holes. I'm gonna screw those into the rack itself. Well, I mean the holder for the rods, that part of the rack, and then bolt this to the rack, and it should pivot. So let's go on to the next step and see what happens. All right, so here's what I did. There's the bolt right there, washer, nut, washer. I got a lock washer that's gonna go in between there, and plus we'll put some Loctite on it. And there's a washer in between there, and that's so it pivots and swing easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these bolts out, one there, I've already taken both of the nuts off the other side and see how it swings. So let me get these out real quick and we'll see what's happening. All right, everybody, so check it out. Here's the finished product, and let me show you what I got. So as you can see right here, I got the metal flange right there. Well, the plate that I got bolted to the part that holds the rack. One on that side and one on that side, runs up right there, connects there. Fishing rods back in there, and just gonna have to throw some paint on it up there, some paint on it over there, and let me show you how this thing works. Now I'm gonna show you how this thing works. Check it out. Look at that. Too easy. And it's so tight up in the sides right there that I really don't need any way to latch it in there, because it pretty much hooks down in there, and from the weight it stays right there. The only thing I gotta do is come up with put some struts on here on each side to put it right there. That way to hold it up when I'm working in here, just like the other side where my traction boards are, and call it. So there you have it. That's for my do-it-yourself folks like myself. That's it. If you got a brand new JCR or somebody's bed rack that you paid $700 to $2,000 for, you might not want to start cutting into it and drilling into it like I did, unless you feel safe doing that. But with mine, I made this bed rack myself, and it really didn't bother me at all about having to drill into it. So to have my fishing poles up there, something that I use on a regular, it was a good mod for me. And hopefully, you know, maybe this ain't the thing for somebody, but if you're trying to do something similar to this, hopefully it sparked an idea in your head and you decide that, hey, I might want to try that, and you can alter it to make it work for you for whatever project you got going on. So that's it, y'all. If you like what I did, click like, hit the subscribe button. If you got any suggestions for something maybe I can do next time or some other way that you would do it, leave it in the comments box below. That's how we all learn. We learn together, right? That's how we do. So you know how I do. Go out and change your life. Peace out, y'all.